Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground at first. Quinn's up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter. And Division's moving on. Nassau County AA champions.
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself. Inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown. Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sportscast coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome to the NCYFL Super Bowl on the Varsity Media Sports Network. It's the 11-year-olds. This time it's the Bellmore-Merrick Braves, the 2 seed, facing off against the Farmingdale Hawks, the 1 seed. Thanks for listening in. I'm Thomas Gamma alongside Magnus Healy. And Magnus, we have had 3 amazing games so far. We had the 8-year-olds, Long Beach and Plain Edge. Long Beach won that. The 9-year-olds, Levittown and Massapequa. Massapequa won that. And then the 10-year-olds, just a moment ago, Massapequa defeated Garden City. Now Bellmore-Merrick and Farmingdale. This is a very exciting day, and we're going to have a great matchup here.
Oh, certainly. Both teams have shown that they could take off easy and hard opponents here. The Bellmore-Merrick Braves beat East Rockaway 23-12 coming into this game. And the Farmingdale Hawks come in 8-0, and they beat the Massapequa team 36-16.
Onside kick to start it off, muffed by Bellmore-Merrick, but they get on top of it at their 45-yard line. So here come the Braves as they will start it off. Farmingdale, they're 8-0 this year, still undefeated. Obviously, as I mentioned, coming into this one as the 1 seed. Bellmore-Merrick, they're 7-1 this year. So 2 very talented teams, as you can see by the records. As Bellmore-Merrick breaks the huddle and gets onto the field. So 1st and 10 for the Braves. Three-back set. Blake Shasta under center. They hand it to the far side, and Farmingdale stuffs that one up. No gain. Looked like that was Bubsy Genovese on the carry. So 2nd and long for the Braves. So here's the Bellmore-Merrick starting offense. You got Bubsy Genovese, who just had that carry. Nick Sacco. Blake Shasta, who is set under center. Chase Almona. And then the 2 tight ends. Lucas, they call him Rudy. Robert Demanda. And you got the offensive line down there as well. Second play, they give it to Genovese. Left side, finds a crease, and he's near the 50. He's going to cross the timeline to the 49. So 3rd and short for the Braves. Luca Bruno with the tackle for Farmingdale.
Luca's favorite snack, Cool Ranch Doritos. Can't go wrong. My personal favorite as well.
Personally, not a big Doritos guy. Never had Doritos. As let's look at the Farmingdale defense trying to get this stop here. Genovese gets the carry, and they bury him in the backfield. That's number 15, Anthony Riddick, the defensive end, making the play. And it's 4th and long for the Braves. So again, let's look at the Hawks defense. We just saw Anthony Riddick with that big play. Luca Bruno made a tackle 2 plays ago. As some greatly talented guys, they've led them this year to that 8-0 record. Trying to get this stop on 4th and 4. Bellmore changing up the formation. 3 backs. They give it to the right side in a gaping hole. There goes Bellmore. Almona off to the races. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Bellmore-Merrick. What a start for the Braves on 4th and 4. And Bellmore-Merrick is on the board first in the NCYFL Super Bowl.
Yeah, Chase Almona, coaches say he's extremely athletic and has breakaway speed. I think we saw it there.
Look at that cut. Great block to the outside by Nick Sacco, the fullback, setting up Almona. And that speed at the end really just too fast for that Farmingdale defense. An early lead for Bellmore-Merrick. And now they're on for the extra point try. Ball lined up at the 2. 3-back set. They give it to Genovese, handoff left, and that's stuffed up. Riddick was there, along with a myriad of Hawk defenders. So the score remains 6-0 with under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. What a start for the Braves already.
Yeah, obviously. Chase Almona, he loves his mom's chicken cutlets. Homemade chicken cutlets. I don't think it gets better than that.
It doesn't. And on a day when Tommy DeVito is starting as the quarterback for the Giants, can't go wrong with some chicken cutlets.
Tommy Cutlets playing for New York. Chase Almona clearly loves his mom's chicken cutlets playing for the Bellmore-Merrick Braves today.
He was described as a dedicated player, gets better every day, extremely athletic. And as you mentioned, Magnus, that breakaway speed, we saw it right there on that touchdown run. So the Braves will kick it off after the 6-point drive on the Almona touchdown. This one drilled near the 30 and picked up by Farmingdale. Cutting up the middle go the Hawks to the 45. And they will be situated there. That's number 34, Sal Esposito, with the return.
Sal's favorite food is a steak. A nice, juicy steak. Oh, does it get better than that, Thomas?
What's your favorite type of steak? I would go with the strip steak, but there's a lot of different steaks, you know?
It's between a strip steak and a ribeye for me.
Ooh, that's a good choice. Good choice. Can't go wrong with any type of steak. And Esposito using his energy there on the return. He's in there at the tight end spot. 1st and 10. Wildcat formation for Toscano. He's going to run it to the left. Gets a block from Esposito. Stiff arm, but he's buried in the backfield. Bellmore-Merrick got to him there. Multiple defenders, including Ben Terzulli, who made the play. And let's look at the Farmingdale offense. David Spano going to be the quarterback. We just saw Emilio Toscano. He had the run on the previous play. And some other very talented players, as we mentioned. They're 8-0 this season. They've been led by not only their defense, but their offense.
Yeah, clearly Farmingdale, after giving up that touchdown, wants to come out and make a big statement here on offense.
Toscano once again in the Wildcat. 3 receivers set to the near side. 10 men in the box for Bellmore-Merrick. Motion on the play and a flag on the field. That's going to be a false start, and it'll set Farmingdale back with a 2nd and 17. So Bellmore already with a great start on the defensive end. They get the touchdown with Almona to start the game, and now 2nd and 17 for Toscano and the offense. He's in the Wildcat once again. 4 receivers near side. He's going to run it that way. Gets a couple of blocks, but he's wrapped up in the backfield. Multiple defenders again for the Braves were there, including Robert Demonda, who was the first man to get contact on Toscano.
Yeah, they call him Demo. He's a first-year player. They say he has good instincts, showing there, able to blow up that play in the backfield there.
So it's 3rd and 17, and Toscano and the Hawk offense cannot get anything on the ground so far. Third and way long. Farmingdale breaks the huddle. Toscano once again. This time he's going to be in the backfield to the right of Spano, who's in the shotgun. 2 receivers each side. 7 men in the box for Bellmore-Merrick. Motion man to the right, that's Esposito. They flip it to him, and he's going to run it. That's actually Golden, and Golden to the 40. My apologies once again. That's Drew Brosnan. Having a little trouble seeing those numbers, but Bellmore-Merrick forces a 4th and 21 as let's look at this defense. Great start for them on these first 3 plays.
Yeah, definitely. Holding them to 4th and 15 here. Definitely keeping their offense back on the field here would be huge and a big momentum builder here for the Bellmore-Merrick Braves.
So 4th and 15, they give him a gain of 6. Drew Brosnan with the gain that time. Once again, another guy who likes steak. Got a lot of good choices here for Farmingdale. They need a good play call here. Spano in the shotgun. They motion over to the right, Toscano. It's going to be a punt and a flag on the play as the whistle blows the play dead. That was Brosnan who punted it away, and it's going to be a false start on Farmingdale, so they just keep moving back with these penalties. That's a second false start on the drive, and it's 4th and 20.
Yeah, definitely not what you want to see here if you're the Hawks. But I think they will get it going at some point. You have the talent on this offense. A few penalties. Don't beat yourself up over it. They'll get it going.
We'll see, but they want a good punt here from Brosnan. Bellmore-Merrick sets up with the rush at the line. Toscano motions to the right side. Brosnan takes the high snap, and the punt is blocked on the ground and picked up by the Braves. What a start for Bellmore-Merrick. And it looked like it was Churchy who got the block.
They call him Churchy. He's a strong, athletic kid who clogs up the middle of the field. Right there, he did exactly that. Let's take a look at this.
It actually wasn't Churchy. He got some pressure, but it looked like it was Jet Balia who got there. Got his right hand on the ball. And now Bellmore-Merrick takes over at the Farmingdale 39-yard line. What a start as a direct snap up the middle. Pushing the pile is Bellmore-Merrick, still going. And to the 32, they get a gain of 8. Blake Shasta on the run.
Saw the lead blocks up front there from Nick Churchy. Mentioned it once, we'll mention it again. He's a strong, athletic kid, showing it there to clearly lead that run for the Braves.
So a good run, pushing the crowd for a nice gain of 7. That yards after contact going to be huge in this one. We saw Almona with that big touchdown after he broke a couple tackles. And now a nice run of 7. Shasta in the shotgun. They're going to run it again up the middle, and another push gets them near first down yardage, and they're going to give it to him. Gain of 3. And Shasta with another run right behind the center.
Yeah, Shasta is a team captain. His favorite player is Randy Moss, hence why he wears the number 84.
And something to note, the center, Matty Mezzaroli, they call him Matty Mez, and he's just led those last 2 runs. He's a strong, intense kid who still goes home and snaps the ball 100 times a day. And he loves chicken parm and sandwiches.
That's incredible dedication there from Matty Mez. 100 times a day.
And it's working out for him as Shasta He's handling his snaps pretty well. One receiver out to the near side. Shasta takes a snap, bobbles it, gathers, and falls down in the backfield. Good pursuit by Farmingdale as they stop him short of the line of scrimmage. That was Lucas Castellane with the play for the Hawks.
Mac and cheese is Lucas's favorite food. Is that going to be on your table at Thanksgiving?
No, that's not going to be on my table. We got the turkey. We got the apple pie. I don't know about the mac and cheese. What about you?
Oh, it's a staple.
No.
100%.
Not a big mac and cheese guy. Do you go with the Kraft or homemade?
Homemade.
Okay, that's different. Snap over to the left side. Here come the Braves. And a barreling run by Almona for a gain of 3. So that sets up 3rd down and 7. And another carry for Almona, this time a sweep to the left. And that left side of the offensive line, not only left side, but whole entire Braves offensive line really playing well, but especially on that play. Great blocks. Jackson Leno was there for the Braves.
Jackson Leno took over for Nicholas Truglia, who suffered a broken leg in Game 4 of the season.
And he had a good block there. Shasta under center. 3 running backs in there as a direct snap to the left side. And a gaping hole inside the 10 and down at the 11. It's Bubsy Genovese, who had a couple carries on that first drive. Couldn't get much, but that time it's a huge run, setting up a 1st and 10 at the 12.
Take a look at that.
Great block on the outside by Robert DeMonda, the tight end, setting up Genovese for that nice run.
Number 84, Drew Brosnan, the cornerback, comes in there and saves what could have been a possible touchdown and 12-0 lead here for the Braves.
So Brosnan saves the day for Farmingdale. Braves looking to go up possibly 13-0 if they can punch it in. Snap to Genovese, left side, gets a couple blocks, cuts to the outside, to the end zone, rolling, diving, is he in? Yes, he is! Touchdown, Bellmore! It's a 2-score game here at Mitchell Field, and Bubsy Genovese punches it in for the Braves.
Physical run there.
Another good block again by DeMonda, and then that yards after contact from Genovese, rolling around the tackle of Brosnan and diving for that goal line to get the score.
You saw Nick Sacco get in there. He's the fullback for this Braves offense. He's a tall, athletic kid with great hands. He as well as the team captain.
33 seconds to go in this first quarter, and what a start for Bellmore. The underdog in this one, they're the 2 seed. Farmingdale's the 1 seed. But they're showing up today with their 7-1 record. Point after try. Genovese trying to matriculate himself into the end zone, and he will not get there. So Farmingdale once again stops the Braves on the 2-point attempt. That was Drew Brosnan getting in the right side of that line. And the score remains 12-0 with 33 seconds to play in this first quarter.
What have you seen today that is giving the Braves this much physicality on offense, getting past this Farmingdale defense?
Well, outside of this play and a couple of others, the offensive line has been incredible for the Braves. And then on the defensive side, 1 drive for Farmingdale. Penalty set them back, but Bellmore is really just winning the battle in the trenches, and that's really helping them in this game. Also, the dynamic backfield that they've had. Almona and Genovese both have a touchdown. And let's look at the Bellmore-Merrick Braves. They have so much depth on this team. It's not only the offensive line, but it's the skill position players. You know, it's everyone in the backfield. They're all making a contribution in this game.
Yeah. One thing that coaches always emphasize at this level, it's family. The entire goal of this team is to be as close-knit as you can, have the chemistry that allows them to perform this well.
They're showing it today as they will punt it away. This one an onside kick near the 50, and it will roll out of bounds as a flag flies. DeMonda tried to chase it down, but he could not. And Farmingdale will take over with a 1st and 10.
Farmingdale hoping to get something going on the run game here, try to avoid the costly penalties that had them set their drive back last time. Maybe get something going, get into the red zone possibly, but fight back against this Braves defense.
They tried a lot of the Wildcat with Emilio Toscano, but that did not work. Bellmore set the edge very well. And Farmingdale will start at the Bellmore-Merrick 48-yard line. Actually, the 47, my apologies. So 1st and 10 from the 47 as Farmingdale breaks the huddle. Toscano set up in the Wildcat with David Spano on the sidelines. Actually, Spano is under center. He's going to give it to Toscano up the middle. Breaks 2 tackles and rumbles his way near the 40. Gain of about 5. So 2nd and manageable. Ben Terzoli with the tackle for Bellmore-Merrick.
They call him Benny. Let's take a look at this play. He's got an extremely strong lower half. Really helped stop Toscano there before a big gain could have possibly happened.
And a good tough run by Toscano, bringing it to the shoulder of Bubsy Genovese, the linebacker, who just scored that touchdown for Bellmore-Merrick. And gets a nice run out of it as a whistle on the play. And it looks like a timeout. No, excuse me. It's going to be the end of the first quarter. So that's the end of the first quarter here from Mitchell Field. 12-0 Bellmore-Merrick. And Magnus, what did you see from the Braves in that first quarter?
You mentioned it. The offensive line has performed so well for them, just helping the elite backfield that they have create those plays and get those 2 touchdowns there.
And then the defense has also played well. Let's see what Farmingdale can do on this drive, but already a good start with that 5-yard run from Toscano. It's going to be interesting to see the game flow here, not only from the Bellmore offense, if they can keep the tempo up with those big runs to the outside, but if Farmingdale can get anything going. That first run was right up the gut. The other runs on the first drive were to the left or the right side, which is working for Bellmore, but it just was not working for Farmingdale.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I don't know about you if you had a pregame ritual, but for number 8, Ben Terzuli, his secret weapon is a bowl of oatmeal and fruit before each game.
Keeping it healthy. I like it. It's really helping him today as Bellmore with that 12-0 lead, and Terzoli making an impact, had the tackle on the last play, and he's currently set up near left tackle on the defensive side. I formation for the 2nd and 5. Spano under center, Toscano the back. They give it to him, up the gut, cuts to the left side, and rolls his way around defenders, pushing the pile for the first down. Tough running from Emilio Toscano, and he gains first down yardage to the 35.
Yeah, this is definitely encouraging for the Farmingdale Hawks, seeing it start to get rolling here on offense. Take a look at this.
3 defenders in there for Bellmore-Merrick. See Genovese trying to push that ball out. It ends up getting free a little bit, but Toscano pounces on it and gets that nice run. He's really made an impact on this drive. 2 plays and 2 nice runs for Emilio Toscano. He likes pizza, chips, 1 brother and sister, and his dog is named Pancake. He's in the backfield again. They give it to him right side, breaks 2 tackles, stiff arms Almano down the sideline. He's wrapped down to the ground. Almano, after he got stiff-armed initially, recovered and threw down the tall Emilio Toscano.
Definitely. Coaches say he plays downhill and run support. He did exactly that. Sticking with Almano, despite the stiff arm, gets him down there for a loss.
So 2nd down and 9, a gain of 1 after yet another tough run from Emilio Toscano. And you could see it here. Toscano just towers over the defenders of the Braves, and that's definitely helping him. We've seen the yards after contact be a big factor in this one.
Yeah, the height of Toscano allows him to play basketball, soccer, and baseball along with football.
Under center is Spano. Braves load up the box. Give it to the right side. Esposito not going to find much. And it's 3rd down and long.
Esposito, this is his 4th year in football, and once again we see it. His favorite food, steak. How do you like your steak cooked?
Oh, that's a tough. Medium rare. I would say medium rare. What about you?
I'm a medium rare guy as well.
I think most people are medium rare, but I respect the well done. A little well done. Nice and hot.
The butter basting.
Ooh, that's always good. What's your favorite side? Potatoes? I'm a big broccoli guy with steak.
I can see broccoli. I'm a mashed potatoes. I had that the other night. Yeah.
Okay. Respect it. Spano set up under center for this 3rd down and 9. They give it to Toscano. Right side, and that's blown up in the backfield. A myriad of Braves defenders swarmed Toscano and blew up the play to bury the tall running back and force a 4th down and long.
Toscano still managing to force a little bit of pressure on this defense. Wrapped up in the backfield there by Ben Terzulli, number 8, the defensive tackle. They call him Benny.
And Benny has indeed made a couple of plays on this drive, especially 2 tackles in the last 5 or 6 plays. And now a 4th down and 8. Spano in the shotgun, 2 receivers each side. Toscano is to the left of Spano. Motion man to the left is Esposito. Spano's going to roll left. Look for Esposito on the throw, and it's picked off. The Braves will take over. It is Almona, who had a touchdown earlier, and he has an interception here, giving Bellmore-Merrick the possession.
Yeah, Bellmore making a statement on defense. Almona with the phenomenal ball skills, tracking that down, and able to identify the pass play. We haven't seen a lot of them today.
Great anticipation, and Spano doesn't have the strongest arm like many of the 11-year-olds in this game, but great pursuit on the ball there from Almona. Esposito had a step, but the ball was lobbed up in the air, and Almona dove to make the interception and forced the turnover on downs.
Yeah, just a little out route there from Esposito. Had him in the steps. You said again, Almona stepped in there.
1st and 10, they run it up the middle with Shasta pushing the crowd and getting those yards after contact to the 40. Great job by that offensive line of Bellmore-Merrick. Many men in there for the Braves, but especially Leo Zock, the defensive and offensive tackle. A big and strong guy will wear opponents down, and he just showed that there.
Yeah, Leo's favorite team is the New York Jets. I know you are a Giants fan. I'm a Jets fan. It's not been a pleasant season for either team.
Well, at least he doesn't have to watch the Jets here, and instead he can play football.
Yeah.
You know, it's always good. I don't have to watch the Giants right now, so we're all good. Under 5:40 to go in the 2nd quarter. Bellmore-Merrick leading 12-0, and they have a 1st and 10. Shasta gets the snap, hands it left side. Almona gets a crease, and there he goes to the sideline across the 50, still going, and he is wrapped up at the 30-yard line of Farmingdale. Cody R. Curry with the tackle for the Hawks, but a big gain again for Almona.
Yeah, Cody R. Curry doing a phenomenal job. We see here chasing him down. It really looked like he was going to get a touchdown there for a good portion of that run. See him on your right side of the screen there. Just pushing him out of bounds.
And a great shoelace tackle, if you want to call it, from Farmingdale's number 84, Drew Brosnan, who has made a couple of plays today.
And Cody, football runs in the family. His brother Jesse won in 10 years old, won the championship in 2017 and 2019, and Logan won the championship in 2022.
Run up the middle for Genovese, finds a small hole and cuts his way for a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. So Bubsy Genovese, not the biggest guy, but he has used his speed to his advantage in this one.
100%. He's a very elusive back here, creating those holes. And once again, we've mentioned it, we'll mention it again. That Bellmore offensive line, they have been phenomenal. Led there on the right side by Nick Churchy.
They just play as a cohesive unit today. as we approach the 4-minute mark in this first half. Snap to Shasta up the gut. He'll push the crowd again, but he won't get that yards after contact. Only gets about 3, which sets up a 3rd and short for Bellmore-Merrick.
Now, Nick Churchy, one of his favorite things to eat is ice cream. There's a lot of flavors. What do you go with?
Honestly, I know this is not going to be appeasing, but I'm not a big ice cream fan.
These are some interesting takes you got today.
Not a big ice cream fan. I haven't really been my whole life. Now I got to keep it healthy sometimes.
Of course.
I'd rather have a salty snack than ice cream.
Well, you crossed off the Doritos as a salty snack option.
Yeah. I'm a big goldfish guy.
Goldfish,
Big goldfish,
okay.
yeah. 3rd down, they hand it to the left side. Almona breaks a tackle, and there he goes inside the 10 and into the end zone for a touchdown. A flag is down on the play, but for now, it's the 2nd touchdown for Chase Almona, and it's going to be brought back. The officials just ruled holding on the offense, so that will bring back the 24-yard touchdown from Almona.
Yeah, Farmingdale's got to take this, and they got to work with it now. I mean, that's a blessing for them. You know, the offensive line has been so good.
See the hold. Looks like on the left side. And that was Blake Shasta. The blocking back had a little hole, and that freed up Almona for the touchdown, but it's brought back. And Farmingdale catches a huge break in this one.
Oh, definitely. You got to take this. Now, Bellmore kind of ran into a wall here. And if I'm Farmingdale, if you could take this opportunity and maybe get something going on defense, force a stop, maybe even a turnover, I think your offense is in a really good spot going into half. You get the ball at half as well.
Let's see. They need to stop that outside run. It's been working for Almona and Genovese. They give it to Genovese. Right side with blockers in front. And cuts the sideline. Finds a crease. Makes one-man miss. Wiggles down the field. And he is out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Bubsy Genovese using that speed and working for that yard. 1st down, Bellmore-Merrick.
See him forced out of bounds there by the cornerback number 84, Drew Branson.
And great blocks on the outside. You got a whole caravan out there for Bellmore-Merrick. Nick Sacco, number 21, with a good block there. And then Genovese with the nice juke move. And then the stiff arm to end it off.
Pushed out of bounds there by Drew Brosnan, pardon me.
So 1st down and 10 inside the red zone. Going to mark it at the 15-yard line. Snap it directly up the gut. And Shasta will gain yardage to the 9. So a gain of 6, 2nd and 4 with 2:47 to go in this first half. And a whistle on the play. Timeout, Farmingdale.
If you're Farmingdale, what do you think you have to do here to get yourself back into this ballgame?
Well, they need to set the edges, as I mentioned. They let up the Almona touchdown. Obviously, it's brought back. But then on the next play, Genovese just goes to the opposite side and finds a huge hole. These blockers for the Braves, not only the offensive line, but the blocking and fullbacks getting out in space, making the blocks. They have been amazing setting the edge for Bellmore-Merrick, and that's getting them these explosive plays in this first half.
Yeah, we've seen a majority of the plays that Bellmore runs up the middle, Farmingdale is actually able to contain. It's when they get to the outside, you have these guys with game-breaking speed like Chase Almona, and it's shown time and time again with the 2 rushing touchdowns now. You have to contain it into the middle. You have the big physical blockers and the big physical defensive linemen that can stop them from making anything big of it.
We'll see if they can hold strong here. 2nd down and 4 after the run by Shasta. Blake Shasta, the 4th-year starter, extremely smart player and excels in the open field. He's really ran the ball up the middle mostly, and he has made his money getting that yards after contact. Gets the ball here, goes up the gut again, pushes the pile, but he'll be brought down near the 6. So 3rd down and 1, a gain of 3. And Farmingdale with a chance to get a big stop here, but they have to get that stop in the backfield.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of passing plays at the 11U level, and I think that's something Farmingdale can expect here. Once again, it was another rush up the middle, and I said it earlier, they've been able to contain it. You just have to avoid them from going out the outside here with a guy like Shasta or Almona.
Up the middle they go, and it looks like it's Genovese getting the first down inside the 5. And a first and goal for Bellmore-Merrick as a timeout by Farmingdale is called with 2:03 to go in the first half.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of these Bellmore-Merrick drives have just been slow and methodical. You know, run after run, break it to the outside.
So Farmingdale will need a stop. Let's look at the schedule here. Next up at 4:15, we got the East Rockaway Raiders and the Massapequa Mustangs, who are looking to win their 3rd championship here today. They won the previous 2, the 10-year-old game and the 9-year-old game. And then the 8-year-old game, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Long Beach, the Bulldogs, beat the Bobcats of Plain Edge.
A lot of good football here today on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
And what a great scene it is here today. The weekend before Thanksgiving, everyone getting ready to eat their turkey and sit on the couch and watch some football. But let's play some Thanksgiving football here in this windy weather, perfect football weather for a sunny day.
Oh, the atmosphere is great. The weather's beautiful, nice and chilly. I mean, everyone's getting ready to enjoy, as you said, their Thanksgiving turkey. For some, mac and cheese. For others, no. But
they run it up the gut. Genovese hits a wall, but they score a touchdown. They rule it that Bellmore-Merrick was in, and Bubsy Genovese has his 2nd touchdown of the day.
Bubsy Genovese up there, up the middle, led by all the blocking we've seen from this Braves offense.
Toscano laid the boom, but Genovese just broke the plane. And Bellmore-Merrick out to a 3-touchdown lead. They're looking to get their first extra point make of the day, and this time it's going to be a kick from Chase Almona.
The coach has mentioned Bubsy fights for every yard, as we saw there.
He's going to be holding here as the Farmingdale coaching staff complaining they want a flag as the kick is no good. Wide to the right from Almona. And once again, Bellmore-Merrick unable to convert on the extra point try. So the score remains 18-0 with under 2 minutes to go. And Farmingdale, they are struggling here early, but they have a lot of time to do something, punch it into the end zone, and possibly get a 2-for-1 try here as they will be getting the ball to start the second half.
Yes, certainly. If you can get something in here quick and you could get the ball back at half, you get a little bit momentum, maybe make it an 18-14, 18-12 game, whatever it may be, just get the offense going.
We'll see if they could do that. And it's been the Emilio Toscano show for the Hawks on the offensive end, but they really had to start differentiating. They tried the pass with Spano, but Almona got the interception. But their defense is really struggling, and they have to get something going on the offensive end.
Certainly.
So the Braves will punt it away. Almona set near his 40-yard line. So everyone gets set with 1:59 to go in this second quarter. Almona boots it away, and it's off a fingertip of a Farmingdale player all the way to the 15-yard line. This is Belia on the return, breaking 2 tackles, and he lost it. Picked up by the Braves, and it just can't go right for the Hawks today. The fumble recovery by number 17, Cole Finlay, the safety and running back, making the play and forcing Belia to fumble the football.
Yeah, this just sums up the day that the Farmingdale Hawks are having. It hasn't been too lucky. See, bobbles off the fingers there, tries to make something of it, and then just the punch out with the fumble recovery there from Cole Finlay. He
forced the fumble, and he picked it up. Got that left mitt in there and just ripped it out of the arms of Belia. 1:47 to go, and Bellmore-Merrick looking to add on. Shaste will run it up the gut, finds room, and will get stood up near the 22-yard line. Gain of about 4 with 1:35 to go in the second quarter.
Brought down there by number 20, the safety, Jet Balia. Favorite food is ravioli.
So Balia with a good play after he just fumbled on the kick return. Ravioli, what do you think about that? I'm a big ravioli fan.
Big fan, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
What do you like better? Regular pasta, like simple penne, or ravioli?
I'll go with the simple penne.
Yeah, I agree. Here goes Genovese to the sideline, cuts it back in near the 15, and he's wrapped up near the 13-yard line. So what a game it has been for Bubsy Genovese. 2 touchdowns and a nice run there as a timeout called on the field by Bellmore-Merrick. 1 minute to go. As we will take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned as Bellmore-Merrick leads it 18-0. You are watching the NCYFL Super Bowl on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Back from Mitchell Field, Bellmore-Merrick out of the timeout, leading 18-0 and looking to add on here in this championship game. The 11-year-old showing out here from Uniondale.
Yeah, Bellmore-Merrick definitely threatening to put another score on board here before halftime.
Genovese up the gut, winding his way through a hole, and he's pushed down near the 10-yard line. So 2nd down and 8. Bubsy Genovese, if you're just tuning in, 2 touchdowns, and he has played a big part in this one for the Braves.
Yeah, definitely. This backfield for the Braves has been a crucial part.
They give it to him again, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Luca Bruno with the play for Farmingdale as he threw him down like a rag doll. And with 32 seconds left, another timeout on the field.
See, he breaks off that block, and you see Luca Bruno as well plays wrestling. You can see his wrestling agile moves there coming into play, making that tackle.
He got away from the right tackle, Leo Zock, and then set the edge well to throw down Genovese and force a 3rd down and 7. 32.4 seconds to go in the second quarter. Bellmore-Merrick has not been able to convert on any of their point-after tries, but they have 3 rushing touchdowns, 1 from Chase Almona and 2 from Bubsy Genovese.
Definitely, and what we're seeing, a lot of these kids, their goal is to obviously win this championship. And what does it mean for this team, this Farmingdale Hawks team? Their team motto, 1 team, 1 goal. They do it as a family, as we've mentioned.
Bellmore-Merrick doing the same type of thing here. We especially see that when they love to run Blake shots up the middle, and everyone just pushes him for those extra yards. That's the team motto of both teams. Shasta going to throw it here, lobs it to the back of the end zone. It is caught. No, incomplete, excuse me. I thought he had it, but they rule it incomplete.
Intended there for number 21, Nick Sacco, in the corner left of the end zone.
It looked like he had it. Good ball from Shasta. And a nice route by Sacco, but he just bobbled it out of his hands.
Yeah, broken up there by number 84, Drew Brosnan. He has a bearded dragon as a pet.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
As well as 2 dogs.
So 4th and 7 after the incompletion. Genovese to the right side has a myriad of blockers to the sideline, breaking tackles and rumbling near the line to gain. They're going to give it to him. 1st down, 12 seconds to go. No timeout has been called, and now finally the Braves have stopped the clock.
And pushed out of bounds there by number 34, Sal Esposito. Sal's favorite snack, berries.
Timeout by Bellmore-Merrick. 12.2 seconds to go. And Bubsy Genovese running tough. See it there. doesn't care about being thrown to the ground with that small frame. He's just using that speed, finding the holes, and gaining yardage effectively. Book a sportscast. Contact Varsity Media today and have us produce a sportscast for your team. Includes announcers, graphics, instant replay, and multiple camera angles. A memory your team will enjoy for a lifetime. Contact 516-403-2050 or ben@varsitymedia.net. So 18-0 Bellmore-Merrick, 12 seconds to go in this second quarter, and the Braves looking to tack on again, and that run game has been explosive for them.
Yeah, certainly knocking on the door again here. It's been physical all night. And you mentioned this earlier in the first quarter. It is going to be a battle in the trenches. You don't see many pass plays. Everything is up the middle and to the outsides with the runners.
So both teams get set up. Blake Shasta set near the center. Genovese and Sacco there as well. Genovese right behind the center, Matty Mez. He takes the snap to the right side. End zone, touchdown! And no, excuse me, the ball fell out right before he got in, and they're going to rule it a touchdown. 2.8 seconds to go. And let's see who got the touchdown. Was it on the fumble recovery or from Genovese? And no, it was punched out. Toscano punched it out, and Bellmore-Merrick recovered it.
Yeah, it looked like number 77, Leo Zock, got in on that and saved what could have been a possible turnover here for this Farmingdale Hawks 11s.
Chase Almona on for the PAT. Genovese will hold it. Almona 0 for 1 today. This kick is short, partially blocked at the line, and the score stays 24-0 with 2.8 seconds to go. What a first half for Bellmore-Merrick. 24-0. No one expected this.
No, not at all. I mean, we came into this, it was two heavyweight teams. We thought this was going to be a blowout. Nobody thought it was going to be a blowout, excuse me. We thought it was going to be back and forth all game. I mean, Farmingdale's got to answer soon.
Well, they are 8-0. They know about adversity. They're undefeated so far this season, and they're going to need a quick start to the half in that third quarter. They get the ball to start the third. What do you think they need to do, as they probably won't have enough time to get anything going on this possession?
I think you need to switch up the formation a little. Get yourself more blockers up front, because the physicality of the run game, they're right now getting beat by Bellmore. I mean, they showed it last week against Massapequa. They put up 36 points. So the offense has something. It's just they're going to slowly try to uncover it throughout today's game.
Almona will punt it away. Farmingdale has only had 2 possessions. Remember, they had the fumble on the last kickoff return. This one bounces to the 37. Brosnan on the return. Wrapped up, and that will do it for the first half. Bellmore-Merrick. What a game so far for them. 2 quarters of incredible football, and they lead the NCYFL Super Bowl 24-0. Magnus, we mentioned the run game, but that defense was amazing for them in the 2 drives that they faced.
Yeah, phenomenal. I mean, we've seen some physical plays from guys like Nick Sacco, Leo Sock saving that possible turnover, and a guy like Ben Terzulli, another physical guy who stopped a possible touchdown there earlier.
Also, Chase Almona had an early interception around that second quarter, first quarter mark. I'm Thomas Gamma alongside Magnus Healy. Stay tuned for this one. 24-0 Bellmore-Merrick leads Farmingdale at the NCYFL Super Bowl on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
We're going trying to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you'd like.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven
For fast fire perfection.
Come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
Hi, I'm Gene Sterator, CBS Rules Analyst and longtime sports official. For the adults watching this video, you grew up in a world where officials, umpires, and referees for youth sports took their place regularly and reliably ahead of game time. Today, unfortunately, it's getting harder and harder to fill those jobs. Videos showing abusive treatment of officials multiply on social media. And there have been consequences for the dreadful behavior of players, fans, and coaches. Massive shortages of officials now lead to games being canceled, and the positive effects of athletic competition are at critical risk for this generation and those to come. I'm hoping we all can begin to see youth competition through a different lens. Today, mistreatment of officials has become normalized, and we are facing an abnormal future where no officials to hire means no games on the schedule.
Any call, any decision, any human effect on wins and losses has become subject to not just withering criticism, but physical threats. There's a vicious cycle at work. Fans chase away officials, and there is a smaller pool to draw from, which makes it harder to get quality, well-trained people in position. The entire game suffers.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines? This sort of verbal abuse and threatening behavior takes a toll on all officials and makes them leave the game altogether.
Did you know, from 2018 to 2022, an estimated 50,000 high school referees, roughly 20%, have quit. Half of the remaining referee population is at least 50 years old, but young officials are rarely staying more than 3 years in the job.
If the number of officials working contests in all sports doesn't begin to increase, there won't be enough officials to work the games. That means schedules will get cut, teams or even sports might get canceled. In many states, this is already happening.
Remember that officials are invested in what they do. Many officials have regular, full-time jobs, and they're sacrificing time away from their families. Try to demonstrate empathy, put yourself in their position. Think how you would feel about getting yelled at throughout your workday.
Yelling and arguing with officials sends the wrong message to young players. According to Play by the Rules Sports Advocacy, it teaches them that it's not okay to make a mistake. They can blame others for their actions. They can disrespect authority figures. And it's okay to be rude and selfish.
You know, officials enforce rules, keep competitions fair, and make player safety a priority, allowing youth sports to be a valuable arena for growth. If we can all just work together and be more empathetic to not just the officials, but everyone else in youth and high school sports, we can then preserve what many of us have embraced about athletics. And you and I know the benefits of sports, right? Let's spread that gratitude and be proud of what we can build and not blind to how it's being torn down. Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
So what happens now? Your response in the heat of the moment is the only thing you totally control, and we have an experiment for you to try. Simply stated, just cheer for your child. or the team you're there to support. Move that desire to lash out to a different place and encourage without rage. Your child's sporting memory should be about how you helped inspire and not about how you caused embarrassment.
It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media. When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050. Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the fall, but spots are limited. Contact us today for football, soccer, field hockey, and volleyball by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you
back live for the second half of the NCYFL Super Bowl on the Varsity Media Sports Network? I'm Thomas Gamba alongside Magnus Healy, and before we start everything off, we're going to take a moment to remember the life of Tony Mistrelli. Tony Mistrelli was taken too soon. He lived a life of service, 25 years a volunteer fighter, 31 years in the NYFD. A player and coach for Bravest Football, and 20 years of coaching for the Farmingdale Hawks, where he has developed some outstanding football players and better young men. The Farmingdale community and the Hawk organization will miss him. On behalf of myself, Magnus, and the whole entire Varsity Media family, our hearts go out to the Mistrelli family as we send our sincere thoughts, prayers, and condolences to everyone that is involved in this situation. So back for the second half. Chase Almona will punt it away for the Braves. Has a little clock issue here. 11.5 seconds are on the clock. Officials telling everyone to run the clock and put it to 10 minutes. And everything is set up as well as the ball was blowing away from Almona. He sets it up and drills the kick to the left side. Ball bounces to the 26 and returned by the Hawks near the 40. And down at the 43 is number 8, Luca Bruno. So Farmingdale, their offense back on the field, and Magnus, they're just looking for something on the offensive end. They only had 2 possessions in the first half, but they need to get something going if they're going to be back in this game.
Yeah, definitely. I think it will come. We have some physical runners in the backfield, and I think you'll slowly develop it. You need that big play. One big play could be it for Farmingdale here.
Emilio Toscano was involved heavily in the offensive set. Big running back as he's set up as the tailback in the I formation. Spano under center. They give it to Toscano. Right side, finds a hole, barrels his way across the 50, dragging men on his back, and he is still going to the 45. Pyle pushing to the 43, and he's finally marked down at the 42. What a run by Toscano, and a big chunk for Farmingdale to start it off.
Yeah, I said it. I think that showed that one big play, just like that, could be it for Farmingdale.
And you see 4 or 5 defenders just riding the back of Toscano, and then the late push here by the offensive line gets an extra 5 yards. They give it to Toscano again, right side, swarmed in the backfield, and stood up. The Braves knock him back for a loss of about 3 or 4. And forward progress might actually just give him a loss of 1, but still nonetheless, great play by the Braves inside.
Yeah, once again, we see today it's a battle in the trenches. This run game for both teams just needs to get going. Specifically for Farmingdale, they saw that one big play with Emilio, and I think they could piggyback off of that and get something going for this offense.
They have been running it up the middle a lot more than to the outside. They did try and run it to the outside on the first drive, but that did not work for them. It was a 3-and-out. Toscano set to the top of your screen. Spano in the shotgun. Castellane gets the handoff to the right, and he is knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again. Churchy, along with many others for the Braves, were there, and it's 3rd and long for the Hawks.
Churchy loves ice cream, as we mentioned, and loves listening to Dave Matthews with his dad.
It's a good choice. Like a little old music here. Eight minutes to go in this third quarter. Spano and the offense break the huddle. 3 receivers near side. Toscano in the backfield. Spano under center. Actually set out wide as a direct snap to Toscano. Doesn't throw it. He's going to run it to the right. Make a cut, and there he goes. Nasty stiff arm on Almano, and he's up to the 35 and close to that first down marker.
Yeah, huge gain there for Farmingdale. The physicality of Emilio showing once again, getting them closer to this first down.
So he fakes the handoff to Castellane. And look at that stiff arm. One on Sacco, and the next one, little Derrick Henry style, on Almona. That sets up a 4th down and 3. 7 minutes to go, and Magnus Farmingdale needs this one.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I get the sense that the kids are playing with a little bit more pride, a little bit more grit this second half.
Toscano in the Wildcat. Castellane to his right. He's going to run it right. Find a hole, and there he goes. Bursting inside the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Farmingdale. Emilio Toscano cannot be stopped. And he gets into the end zone for 6. The Hawks are on the board in the NCYFL Super Bowl.
Yeah, we see they run it up the gut there. Big block set from the right guard, Max Gardina, and the right tackle, Robbie Kelligan. I mean, this was the statement that Farmingdale needed to make.
And a great way to start the half. 4th and 3. Toscano with a big conversion. And Farmingdale is back in this one, looking to keep their record perfect. They're 8-0 this year, looking to make it 9-0 and win the championship. On for the extra point. The kick is blocked. Brzezinski tried to knock it through, but getting in there was number 20, Caleb Eagleston. So the score 24-6 in favor of the Braves, but still Toscano with a huge run, and now the momentum seems to be on the side of the Hawks.
Oh, certainly. I think if the defense can come out here, be physical in the trenches like we continue to mention, get a stop here, get their offense right back onto the field, continue to create plays up the middle of the field with Toscano and other guys, I think this is a real big turning point for the Farmingdale Hawks.
And maybe something to look at here. We saw in the first half, Farmingdale muffed the punt, and it was recovered by Bellmore-Merrick. If something were to happen here, that would be huge for Farmingdale. So on this possible onside kick, hopefully a bounce can go in their way so that they can get the ball back and ratchet it up, that momentum.
Yeah, definitely. We saw the weather isn't perfect. There was some wind knocking balls over. So anything can go anyone's way at this point.
So Brzezinski on for the kick. Favorite food, mac and cheese, and his favorite snack, Chex Mix.
That's an interesting pick.
He drills this one to the logo. Fight for the ball, and it looks like Farmingdale has it. Yes, they do. Exactly what they needed. And it comes at a perfect time. Drew Brosnan with the recovery off the Brzezinski kick, and the Hawks regain possession.
Yeah, it was just a little squib up the middle. They waited for it to get to the marking. You see Toscano set a block there on their receiver. I mean, talk about speaking things into existence.
Little announcer jinx there, but it works in favor of the Hawks, and they have a 1st and 10. Toscano in the Wildcat. Castellane to his right. Toscano takes a snap, going to run right, finds a hole, cuts up field, and he's knocked down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 4 for Emilio Toscano. We mentioned that great drive last time, ending off with a long touchdown run to get the Hawks on the board.
Yeah, wrapped up there by Jackson Lano, number 52, Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Is that a bandwagon?
Oof. Controversial. I think not.
Maybe his parents are from Kansas City. We don't know, but Toscano nonetheless with another run up the gut and a good chunk, getting close to that marker. So it's going to be 3rd and short for the Hawks.
Do you think Kansas City three-peats now?
Oh, I don't know. That's a question that we have to see. No one thought they were going to win the Super Bowl this time of the year. So we have to wait and see for the playoffs. Then I can give you an answer. Toscano in the Wildcat muffs the snap on the ground, and he pounces back on it. A huge loss, though, for Toscano. Ben Terzulli knocked him down, and it's 4th and long. So now Farmingdale needs to go in their magic pocket of plays. And what are they going to pick here? Is it still going to be a run with Toscano?
Yeah, she just tried to move to the right there a little too early. I mean, it's not the end of the world for the Farmingdale Hawks. They'll get it back.
What do you think they should do on this play? Do they go with the pass? They're 0 for 1 today, and they threw an interception on an earlier 4th down in the first half. But do they go with the run with Toscano and the Wildcat?
I think you try a little play fake, a play action like they did, and there's a bunch of different options you could do with such a physical back like Toscano.
4 receivers far side. Toscano looking to throw. Now he's going to run left, hit in the backfield, and driven back. The Braves stand tall and force a turnover on downs. Robert DeMonda, the defensive end, with the play, and Bellmore-Merrick gets the possession back.
See the replay, he really just goes unblocked there, and Toscano just had nothing. They all got, that's the big thing with getting Toscano down. You got to go low. He's got such a physical body. If you can wrap him up low and prevent his legs from moving, that's how you get him down.
Terzulli and Churchy were also involved in the play, and Bellmore-Merrick gets it back. So the huge muff punt means nothing for Farmingdale, and Bellmore-Merrick with the possession back. Blake Shasta set up under center. He's going to run it up the gut, powering his way and barreling for a gain of 3. So Blake Shasta has played an important role in this game, running up the middle a lot. He's a relentless player and a fierce blocker, and he has done both those things today.
Oh, certainly.
He's, as we mentioned, a 4th-year starter, takes great angles in pursuit, solid tackler. He's also a defensive end, and he has played a big role on both sides of the ball today. Farmingdale loads up the box with 11 men as The officials still setting things up. 4:01 to go in this third quarter. Sweep to the right side. Genovese, nice block in front, and he's thrown down inside Farmingdale territory. First down to the 43-yard line, and the Braves still rolling with that run game.
Yeah, Matty Mez came in there, number 1, the center, with a quick block on the outside there.
It was also Terzulli who set the edge on Esposito. Esposito ended up getting the tackle, but that freed Genovese for a couple extra yards at the end.
Once again, we say the goal for Farmingdale here is to contain it to the middle of the field. You know, you have that game-breaking speed with guys like Bubsy Genovese, Chase Almana, and Blake Shasta. If you can get them running up the middle, that's where you create the good plays.
3:19 to go in this third quarter. Shasta up the middle, runs into a wall. Bellmore-Merrick trying to push the pile, and they will only for an extra yard. So that will get him to the 40 for a gain of about 3. Second down and 7. 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. So as we mentioned earlier, Bellmore-Merrick 7-1 this year. They're the 2 seed. Farmingdale 8-0, undefeated.
I mean, nobody, I think, expected such an underdog story here from the Bellmore-Merrick Braves. And I think this is what football is about. You know, nobody can, on any given day, really tell you what's going to happen.
The saying is any given Sunday, and it's showing here. Bellmore-Merrick, the underdog in this one, but they're playing tough, and they've got the lead right now. Genovese to the right side. Small hole, and he'll be undercut across the 40 to the 38.
Smothered up there by Andrew Golden, number 4, there on the outside. He has 2 dogs and 1 cat.
You have any pets, Magnus?
No, I do not.
No?
Nope.
I have 1 dog. 1 dog.
Breed and a name?
His name is Archie, and he is a schnoodle.
Is this an Archie Manning reference?
No, this is actually a reference to Ryan Archidiacono, Villanova player. Big Villanova fan right here. Both of my parents went to Villanova, and Ryan Archidiacono, for those of you that did not know, played for the Knicks, but also was the person that had the pass to Chris Jenkins in the 2016 National Championship game, as this is a run up the middle and a screaming gain for the Braves. Genovese for the first down.
Yeah, stopped up there by the defensive end, Lucas Castellane. His favorite snack, pretzel shells. Is there a difference between that and regular pretzels?
Yeah, they don't have anything inside. It's just like hollow shell.
Hollow shell. I don't think I've tried that. Have you?
Oh, yeah, I love those. I haven't had them in a while, but one of my favorite snacks as a kid. I might go back to them. Got to try out those pretzel shells. 1 minute to go in this third quarter. Shasta under center, motions out to the right side. Direct snap to Genovese, blocker in front. Cuts to the right, and he's driven down to the turf at the 32. Under a minute to go in this third quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Braves.
Yeah, chased down there by Robbie Callaghan, number 13. He's been playing football since he was 7. He plays football, lacrosse, and basketball.
A lot of two-sport and multi-sport athletes on both sides here, showing the athleticism. As time running down, 19 seconds to go. See if Bellmore-Merrick runs one more play. Genovese set up in the backfield. Direct snap, handoff Almona. Left side stuffed up. Emilio Toscano was right there to bury him in the backfield. And that's how we end the third quarter. 24-6. Bellmore-Merrick leads it. And they will have a 3rd and long when we come back. This is the NCYFL Super Bowl on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the fall, but spots are limited. Contact us today for football, soccer, field hockey, and volleyball by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing Ben at.
Back live to the NCYFL Super Bowl on the Varsity Media Sports Network. 24-6, Bellmore-Merrick leads it over Farmingdale. As the snap on the third down to Genovese, cuts to the right side, breaks a couple tackles, and he's screaming down the sideline. Inside the 15, tiptoeing for the touchdown. The Braves are back into the end zone for the 5th time today, and Bubsy Genovese has his 3rd touchdown on the night.
Have yourself a day. Bubsy Genovese, the hard runner. And once again, we say you got to contain it. The outside run, amazing blocks by this offensive line. And you see Toscano chasing a pursuit, a little bit of a stutter step there. Really exchanges that run and helps him explode for the touchdown there.
And he kept his feet in, tight-roping the sideline for 6. And now the Braves on for the point after try. They're 0 for 4 today, looking to make it 1 for 5 and make this game 31-6. 9:50 to go in this 4th quarter. And the official speaking it over with the Farmingdale coaching staff after the play. Bellmore bench trying to rile up their fans, up by 24 points. And what a game it has been for Bubsy Genovese. 3 touchdowns, almost had 4, but he fumbled the football. Still ended up resulting in a touchdown. But Bubsy Genovese has really been great today.
Seems like there's a little bit of a skirmish there between the coaches and opposing fans. But Bubsy Genovese's brother, Paulie, plays football. Maybe a little bit of that talent came from his brother.
He's known to have a high football IQ and great field vision, Showed it there. As he gets the snap to the right side, cuts in off the block, trying for the goal line. Diving is he in? No signal yet, and they say no good. The Braves can't convert again, but the score 30-6 after the 3rd touchdown from Bubsy Genovese. We will take a break. Here from Mitchell Field. Braves in the driver's seat here at the NCYFL Super Bowl on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email Ben at varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
30-6 the score. Bellmore-Merrick Braves in front against the number 1 seed Farmingdale Hawks. The NCYFL Super Bowl on the Varsity Media Sports Network. I'm Thomas Gamba alongside Magnus Healy. Chase Almona to punt it away as this one's drilled to the 35 and taken by Balea. He will drive his way to the 48-yard line, and the Hawks will start with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, tripped up there by Jack Kaufman at number 5, the left cornerback for this Bellmore-Merrick Braves defense. And I think if you're the Farmingdale Hawks, you have it on offense. It might have not clicked, but you have it. You have the talent. All of these kids are extremely athletic. We've seen a bunch of multi-sport athletes. The talent is there. Do you see a bit of pass come into this offense?
We'll see. The run game has worked well for them. They tried one pass. It ended up being intercepted. That won't tell the whole tale if they go to the pass again, but still, I think they should stick with the run game, try and get Toscano and these other guys in space. And listen, the score is 24. It's a 24-point deficit with the Braves leading, but you never know what could happen. Couple big runs, couple turnovers can change the landscape of the game. Spano in the shotgun, Toscano to his right, 2 receivers each side, 5 men in the box for the Braves. Motion man is Esposito to the right. Spano going to throw it, rolling right, pressure in his face, fires, and it was tipped down to the ground, incomplete.
Yeah, definitely. You see the Farmingdale coaches wanting to mix it up a little. If I was the Bellmore-Merrick Braves, I'm not anticipating that. You know, you've seen it once all game. Now you've seen it twice, and I think being able to introduce the pass puts them in a bit of a driver's seat. He rolls out right. It looked like it was a bit of a miscommunication on the route there, intended for Drew Brosnan.
But once again, good pursuit on the quarterback by the Braves, and it sets up a 2nd and 10. Same formation, but Toscano to the left of Spano. 7 men in the box for the Braves. Esposito motions left. They're going to give it to him, and it's a flip to the right side. Space in front, and here comes the Hawks. Big run for Brosnan as he gets across the 45 and close to the first down marker.
Yeah, it was actually a little bit of a trick play there. It was a 3 option. I think they flipped it back a few times.
So you see here, Esposito gives it on a jet sweep to Brosnan. Great block by Spano. And then Brosnan makes 2 men miss. Finally tripped up across the 45, setting up a 3rd and 1. Spano in the shotgun. Toscano to his right. Spano's going to run a quarterback draw. Good block by Toscano, and Spano will put his head down for the first down.
Once again, a battle of the trenches. Farmingdale starting to win, piecing it together. And I think the explosiveness of this offense is starting to show.
Under 9 minutes to go in this one. Bellmore-Merrick Braves closing in, but Farmingdale finding some momentum here on the offensive end. 2 receivers each side. Spano in the shotgun. He's going to drop back and throw. Pressure up the gut, and he's sacked. Ben Terzulli for the Braves, and a huge loss on first down.
We take a look at it here. Terzulli coming from that right side, seemingly unblocked, just gets straight to Spano there. Bring him down for a huge loss for the Farmingdale Hawks.
8 minutes to go and time running out on the Hawks. Looking to keep their season perfect, but it's running out. And Ben Terzulli has made an impact today. See the wide shot here, just got around the left guard and threw down Spano for the sack. The Hawks set back at the 46-yard line of the Braves. 3 men in the backfield. It's going to be a snap to the left side and a throw downfield over the head of Mendez. Spano uncorked it. Mendez had separation, but he couldn't catch up to the long throw.
That was a huge throw there from Spano, showing off the arm talent. You saw he was wrapped up there around the leg of number 42 on that Bellmore defense. Connor Miller, he's the nose guard. I mean, he barely had any room to move, and he was able to uncork it down the field there. Now they're facing a 3rd and 18 here, looking to keep this season perfect.
So 3rd down and 18. Toscano in the Wildcat. Looks like a run. Braves load up the box. Toscano rolling right. He's going to throw it deep. Looking for Mendez. Picked off! The Braves look like they've sealed it with an interception and the 2nd of the day. This time it's Lucas Ruditzer.
Yeah, they fake the run there with Toscano. Drops back, and he just short. I mean, phenomenal catch there, though. Diving back, saving what could have been a really huge play.
So Ruditzer with the second interception of the day for the Braves. And that might be the icing on the cake with this one. 7:13 to go in the fourth quarter, and the ball back in the hands of Bellmore-Merrick.
I feel like it was almost a announcers, Jason, we were able to predict their passing coming out that drive. And if I'm the Farmingdale coach, I'm feeling pretty okay with what I saw. You know, despite the 2 interceptions, it wasn't nothing crazy.
Genovese on a sweep, can't find much, and he's pushed down in the backfield. Esposito and Brosnan were there.
Esposito plays lacrosse and deck hockey. His favorite NFL player, throwback here for you, Thomas, Barry Sanders.
Ooh, watched a lot of his tape probably. Obviously didn't see him in real action, but can't go wrong with Barry Sanders, one of the greatest running backs we've ever seen.
Certainly. It's a little controversial saying he's the greatest. I've heard a little debates here and there. I certainly think so.
We have a lot of different favorite players here. Number 13, Robbie Keglian from Farmingdale. His favorite player is Jalen Hyatt from the Giants. Genovese up the gut. Will power to the 30 for a gain.
Yeah, another throwback. Number 56 for the Farmingdale Hawks, Justin Greenberg likes his favorite player, Lawrence Taylor.
Can't go wrong with that one. One of the greatest defensive players we've ever seen. And Greenberg trying to channel Lawrence Taylor's joy in his play. 3rd down and 6 after another Genovese run. Under 6 minutes to go in this one at Mitchell Field. I'm Thomas Gamba alongside Magnus Healy, and you're watching the NCYFL Super Bowl on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Direct snap to Genovese, finds a hole, and dives forward near the first down marker. It looks like he's going to be a yard short. So that sets up 4th and 1, and decision time for the Braves.
You were mentioning throwback favorite NFL players. Number 17, Jackson Karimi for the Farmingdale Hawks, Bo Jackson.
Bo knows.
One of, I think, of his time, one of the greatest athletes we've seen.
Not only in football, but incredible baseball player as well for the Kansas City Royals. Football, he played for the Las Vegas, now Las Vegas, but Oakland Raiders. Motion on the play, and it looks like it's going to be an offsides on Farmingdale. And it is. Bellmore loves the call, and they move the chains off the penalty.
Try and see who jumped here.
Yeah, it was on the left side.
Number 23. Number 13, pardon me, Robbie Keglian, the right tackle. That'll set up a 1st down here for this Bellmore-Merrick offense.
And a timeout on the field. We will go to a quick break here at the NCYFL Super Bowl on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media.
30-6 here at Mitchell Field. 4:47 to go in the 4th quarter. Here at the NCYFL Super Bowl on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Braves run it up the middle, right out of the timeout, and a short gain across the 40.
Farmingdale looking for a stop here, get something going, put up a score, and I wouldn't count Farmingdale out of this yet. There's a lot that they can still do on offense.
It's going to need a lot. They are going to need to get some turnovers as the officials trying to clear up a clock issue. Clock now running, 4:37 and ticking to go in this one. Jack Kaufman, number 5, set up under center. Cole Finlay, who had an early fumble recovery, also in the backfield. And then Christian Imbriano there as well. Run up the middle for another short gain. As Bellmore-Merrick set up with a 3rd and long.
This would be a huge stop here for the Farmingdale Hawks. And I think, I mentioned it earlier, I was pretty pleasantly surprised with how the passing went for Farmingdale, and I think I'd go back to it. I thought it was something that could really turn this game around for them.
3rd down 7, under 4 to go. Communication at the line for Bellmore-Merrick. .330 to go. Snap to the left side. Toss is blown up. Flag on the play. As Riddick with the tackle. Also in there was Jackson Karimi for Farmingdale.
Try to figure out what the flag was. It looked like it might have been a face mask pulling down by the helmet there.
And that's what it's going to be. They're bringing Bellmore up the field. So a face mask on the tackle by Karimi. And that will move Bellmore-Merrick up the field to the 46. Kaufman once again set up under center. 3 minutes to go as Bellmore-Merrick can taste the championship. Run up the middle, stuffed up by Farmingdale. Loss of 1 for Cole Finlay. 2nd and 11.
See, they try to get to the outside. He stops there and is wrapped up in the backfield. Farmingdale had a few penalties here and there throughout the game that have cost them some big yardage, but it comes down to the trench battle. I think we've mentioned it at least once every quarter now, it seems. And that's just the big thing at this level is the run game. You know, they've tried to generate stuff with Amelia Toscano, number 25, physical back. Then you've seen guys on the other side for the Bellmore-Merrick Braves, guys like Bubsy Genovese, guys like Chase Almona, excuse me, and guys like Blake Shasta, all individually able to create plays.
And let's look at the sidelines here. East Rockaway, the Raiders, the 12-year-olds, warming up for their next game at 4:15 against the Massapequa Mustangs. Winner of that game will win the NCYFL championship for the 12-year-old bracket. Magnus Yu and Jared Veluzzi will be on the game for that one.
Yeah, I think
the Mustangs have the chance to win 3 championships today as a run to the left side by the Braves is knocked down in the backfield. Good pursuit by Farmingdale once again. That's number 20, Jet Balea. And a timeout on the field.
Jet Balea, we mentioned his favorite food is ravioli. He, like you, Thomas, has a dog named Rusty. It's his 5th year in football, and his favorite NFL player, Sauce Gardner. Big Jets fan, obviously.
Good choice. Can't go wrong with Sauce Gardner. As he made a good tackle on the outside there. Timeout on the field here. 2:35 to go in this one. As we mentioned, the East Rockaway Raiders and the Massapequa Mustangs up next.
Yeah, they will definitely cap off a stacked lineup of football here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. I mean, we mentioned it earlier. This is a beautiful fall day, a beautiful day heading into the Thanksgiving break for the kids. Championship weekend, you could call it. I think it's been a phenomenal night.
Now let me ask you, what's better? Football in the backyard, with the family on Thanksgiving, or football here on Thanksgiving weekend? Tough choice. As a false start called on Bellmore-Merrick.
I'd have to say football with the family. Less competitive, you know.
Wait a second. You always have the occasional uncle that'll go up and tackle the 10-year-old kid.
I was about to mention that. You'll always have the occasional uncle who plays a little aggressive, thinking this is the NFL. His once NFL career hurt by an injury, a shoulder injury, or something of the sorts. But I'd say football. What about you?
I would say this. I mean, the atmosphere here today, I've only been here for a couple hours, but it's just been electric. The amount of fans that are in the stands cheering on their kids, so great to see. As Finlay dropped in the backfield. A caravan of Farmingdale defenders there, including Cody R. Curry, number 55, the linebacker.
Yeah, we mentioned football runs in his family. Another thing that runs in his family, chicken cutlets. His dad's favorite, his food, is his dad's chicken cutlets. We've seen that a few times today. Tommy Cutlets playing for the Giants. Last I checked, it didn't go too well, but
so 2:24 to go in this one. Timeout on the field. 30-6. Farmingdale leads Bellmore-Merrick. And now the Bellmore-Merrick faithful cheering on their team as they walk out for possibly the final play of this game. Kaufman set up under center. 4th and 22. They snap it to the right side, and Farmingdale stops the Braves in the backfield. So the Hawks will take over. 2:14 to go, and Bellmore looking to close it out.
Yeah, despite the score that's up here, I think there's still a lot of positives for the Farmingdale Hawks. To have an 8-0 season, despite it possibly ending today, I think that's a phenomenal feat. Not a lot of teams have the ability to do that, and I think if you look both sides of the field today, between the Braves and the Hawks, you have star-studded talent, a lot of potential, a lot of athleticism, multi-sport athletes, a lot of physical players. And I think if I'm the Farmingdale Hawks, I'm okay. I'm proud of what I did this season. I think that's what the team said going into this. One team, one goal. They're very disciplined, and I think they said that their hard work has paid off to get to this point.
And they also claimed the number 1 seed in these postseason. Obviously, an incredible accomplishment. Though they might not come out with the championship, still, hard-fought game here. Great plays by guys like Toscano, Spano, many others. As Spano takes a snap, rolls out to his right, looking to throw, steps up from pressure, and he's taken down. Terzulli got in there again, and Bellmore-Merrick putting on the finishing touches in this game.
Yeah, Benny, once again, from the right side, showing his pursuit of the quarterback, gets after him there, sacks him from behind, evading a few blocks.
And it looks like an injury timeout on the play. Spano walks back to the sideline under his own power. Good to see. Hopefully he's okay. As both teams get in their substitutions with 1:46 to go in this 4th quarter.
Farmingdale coach is talking something over with the referees here. You see a pass play, something deep downfield here to get something going for this Farmingdale offense late in this game.
We'll see. I mean, they had a couple plays downfield. Looked like Mendez got open, but they ended up throwing that interception on the last drive. So we'll see. Maybe open up the playbook to end this one. 1:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Bellmore-Merrick closing in on the NCYFL championship. Toscano in the shotgun. 4 receivers out there. Toscano rolling right. Gets a nice block from Esposito. Cuts to the sideline. Stiff arm. Lunging downfield. And he'll gain yardage to the 43-yard line. Under a minute to go.
Yeah, another physical run there. But the defense for the Bellmore-Merrick Braves has held up all day. I mean, in the trenches on the outside. And you see, obviously, there the Bellmore-Merrick fans showing up in support of their team on what will presumably be a championship victory for them.
Toscano on the run. Last play. And he's taken down by Terzulli. 25 seconds to go. Let's see if Farmingdale will run a last play. But Bellmore-Merrick celebrating on the sidelines. 13 seconds. 10 seconds. Time running down, and Bellmore-Merrick dreams to reality. They have done it. NCYFL champions, the Bellmore-Merrick Braves. 30-6 the final. And they have done it here at Mitchell Field.
That is it. The entire team celebrating on their sideline. A hard-fought victory today. Everyone played their part in this team. They were family. We said this from the beginning. Family was going to win it for them. Their hard work has paid off, and these kids' dreams, as you said, have come to reality.
What a moment. All these players early in the week were talking about how much this would mean to them. Many of them said it would mean everything to them, and now the goal has been accomplished.
Yeah, to play on probably the biggest stage they've played on in their career, to have it be broadcasted to their friends and family, this is it for them. You know, I'm pretty sure if either of us were in their shoes, it would feel amazing to win at such a level and play like they did today and put on a performance for all the fans here. It's truly something special.
And it really is amazing from the broadcast booth to see the joy and the energy from Bellmore-Merrick. And even for Farmingdale, we mentioned how great of a season it has been for them. It does end in a loss, but they really played their hearts out today and had a great performance.
Oh, truly. Every snap, every play, every run, they gave it their all. They put it all out there, and they were not going down without a fight. To the last play. You know, it's a physical run, physical plays, and they showed it out there today.
So the final, once again, 30-6. Bellmore-Merrick, the NCYFL Super Bowl champions at the 11-year-old level. Stay tuned for our next game, the East Rockaway Raiders against the Massapequa Mustangs. For our whole entire crew, I'm Thomas Gamba alongside Magnus Healy. Thanks for listening in as the Bellmore-Merrick Braves win the NCYFL Super Bowl on the Varsity Media Sports Network.